How's it? What's up? This is Short Round and you're watching Gear and Trail. Today we're going to be taking a look at a DIY called the LA-Z-BOY Ridgeline. It's a little inspiration I got off a kayak anchor trolley, and I want to share it with you today. I want to show you the things you need to put it together, and you'll be styling in no time. So I thought, let me try to figure out a way to solve people having to get up out of their hammock to access stuff all the way up in their peak shelves. So this system will enable you to bring both the head end Ridgeline Pocket and the foot end Ridgeline Pocket together at the same time, so you can access both. To start this DIY project, you're going to need a couple things. You may already have it around the house. You're going to need a adjustable structural ridgeline. You're going to also need a fixed structural ridgeline. In this case, I'm using an 11-foot hammock, so I have a 110-inch fixed structural ridgeline. This may depend on however long your hammock is. If you have something shorter or longer, you'll have to get a ridgeline, structural ridgeline according to that length. Okay, you're also going to need rod stand pulleys. They come in a pair, the micro rod stand pulleys, and I got them at West Marine. That's a store that we have here in Virginia. I'm not sure if you have it, but you can probably go online and look up rod stand pulleys. They come in different sizes that can take different weights. And then last but not least, you're going to also need a Dutch titanium Ridgeline beaner. All right, this is our first step. I have the fixed structural ridgeline in my left hand, and the adjustable structural ridgeline in my right hand. So basically, in essence, we're making a big continuous loop, and this is what's going to be threaded through the pulleys. And then after we thread it through, I'll show you what happens after that. So you're going to take the fixed end of the loop of the fixed structural ridgeline and the fixed end of the adjustable structural ridgeline. You're going to just Lark's head them together. So I'm going to just simply put this through here like that, and you're just Lark's heading the two loops together. You want to leave the adjustable end side free. Okay, so I've just Lark's head the two fixed loop ends of each structural ridgeline, and this is the beginning of us starting our continuous big loop. Okay, all right, so after you're done Lark's heading the two ends of the structural ridgelines, you're going to feed one end through the rod stand pulley. Now you can see this is pretty small. This thing is about the size of a dime, this centerpiece, and it's super light. I'll give you the specs on it on the links below. Okay, so you're just basically going to take that open-ended structural ridgeline loop, feed it through the pulley, and start feeding it through the other side. This is where the Dutch titanium beaner comes in. Once you've gotten the structural ridgeline loop through both pulleys, you're going to attach and complete the loop. So you got the fixed end right here, and I don't have the tie beaners on my system already, so I'm going to use this S beaner as an example. So you got the fixed loop end of the fixed structural ridgeline, and then the adjustable end on this side. So what happens with me having the adjustable side on this beaner is I can set the tension between the pulleys so that I can have less sag. Now the tighter you get, I noticed it can be restrictive in its movement, so you want a little bit of sag, and you don't want it competing with your hammock structural ridgeline. So you want a little bit of sag to give it a little bit of play. All right, so once you got your tension set on your continuous ridgeline loop, you start to play and see how it reacts with the pulley. Again, you don't want too much tension because that might restrict the movement and the play of the LA-Z-BOY Ridgeline. All right, here's the foot end in action. Okay, right here you'll see I added a little Prusik pull tab just to make it a little bit easier for me to reach for the structural ridgeline, and this just makes it easy to maneuver the LA-Z-BOY Ridgeline. Now, there's a couple of things. You can use whatever Ridgeline pouch, Ridgeline pocket that you have, Prusik it up to the the LA-Z-BOY Ridgeline, and you'll be good to go. I thought these were super sexy. These Ridgeline Pockets are the oversized Ridgeline Pockets from Hennessy. What I love about it is you don't have to take the structural Ridgeline off to install it. It has Velcro tabs that just, you know, overlap and seal in place. And as you saw on the foot end, it's pretty huge. I'm going to put some stuff in there and you can see what kind of things it can take. So again, you can use any Ridgeline pouch, Ridgeline pocket that you currently own, prusik it up, get it on the LA-Z-BOY Ridgeline, and then good to go. You know, we're getting into the fall, we're getting into winter, we're going to be carrying a lot more stuff with us. So I probably would hardly use this setup in a summer, spring setup, but definitely fall, winter. This is for this application. So we're carrying a lot more gear. We're carrying coats, caps, gloves, you know, underquilts, just a lot more insulation. So I did a test where I put 4 pounds of water on each end. So I had a total of 8 pounds on the Ridgeline just to see what it did. So it did fine. You want to put a little bit more sag in the Ridgeline if you're doing that, so it won't be so taut. And anything over that, I don't know. It probably wouldn't perform as well. But it definitely solves the issue of you having to do the Michael Jordan and reach all the way to the end of a peak loft on both ends. So the next test I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple items in the foot end and the head end Ridgeline pockets, and I'll show you how I easily access them. All right. In this demonstration, I've got my Crocs in here, a 40-degree top quilt, a book, some sunshades, a pillow, and my hang time hook. So I'm going to show you how this performs. Let's say I want to get to my slippers. I don't want any crickets or scorpions or cow killers inside. Just grab my Crocs, put it down, I'm ready to go. Then you get it out of your way. Then I'm just relaxing for the evening. It's starting to get a little chilly, so I recall, and then I grab for my top quilt. Send it back. And then I'm just relaxing and I want to read a book. Now I got my sunglasses too. Chilling. I want my, what else I got in here? Got the hang time hook, etc. So I can continue to access these items and send them back out of my way, so I'm not getting out of the hammock and my head's hitting a Ridgeline pouch or a Ridgeline pocket. I'm grabbing my items, getting the things I need, and sending them back to the ends of the hammock so they're out of my work space, sleep space. And then anytime I need anything, boom. All right, for those with a hang time hook, this also works well with it at the same time. Unfortunately, I forgot my cord lock to keep the hang time hook in place. I forgot to bring that. But anyway, as an illustration, it can perform with the Ridgeline hang time hook on there as well. LA-Z-BOY Ridgeline. As you can see, this solves some problems of having to skyhook to get to your gear in the peak loft. So I hope this inspires somebody to try out and tell me your thoughts and comments. One thing that I am in the works of trying is to actually use this system as the structural Ridgeline itself. Now the thing is, I have to do research on the pulleys and the type of weight they can take and the braking strength of those pulleys. Now of course, when you start getting into that, it may start getting into some weight, but a lot of these sailing, kayak pulleys can take a lot of weight, just like AM steel and stuff like that. So I'm going to do a little bit more research on that. I'm going to see if I can try to eliminate the Hammock structural ridgeline and make the whole entire continuous loop ridgeline for the LA-Z-BOY ridgeline to work all as one whole system. So it'll maintain the sag of your hammock and also perform this same function. So thanks for watching Gear and Trail. This is Short Round. Peace.